Today on Dr. Phil.
My son weighs 206 pounds.
It's like an addiction.
When I try to stop Gage from eating, he gets really angry.
And the parents are feeding into it.
You need to be in charge of what this child eats. And you almost had a stroke when I said that.
Are they killing their kids with food?
It's just easier to give in to him than to hear him cry.
He doesn't have a weight problem. He has a parent problem. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If it matters to you, that's what I want to talk about. We ready in the booth? Let's do it. Take a look at all of this fast food here. In these boxes, we've got 20 burgers, 20 fried fish sandwiches, 20 orders of French fries, and 49 sodas. The person eating all this junk food in 1 week is a 7-year-old boy. His mother is buying it for him.
My 7-year-old son, Trey, weighs 126 pounds. I'm afraid that he is going to have a heart attack. Trey has not always been heavy. When he was born, he was a premature, small little baby. When Trey was 5, that's when we noticed he was starting to gain a lot of weight. I just thought, no big deal, he's a kid, he'll grow out of it. Now I think it's becoming a problem.
Mom! I blame my wife for my son's weight problem because Tammy gives in to him all the time.
I bring him food every time he asks me to.
I am very strict. When I say no, no means no. When Trey doesn't get his way, he cries like a 3-year-old.
Trey cries so hard he can't catch his breath. He begs for me to give him food. So I give in. It's just easier to give in to him than to hear him cry.
I'm gonna get up.
Trey eats everything. Trey, in a day, can eat 4 packs of 100-calorie pack Cheez-Its. He loves to eat Oreos, Rocky Road ice cream, chocolate truffles, donuts, chips, French fries, hash browns, noodles. Trey loves any type of cookie. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, ham sandwiches, bagels. Trey loves his mashed potatoes. I always give Trey food to make him happy. I have a lot of confusion when it comes to Trey's weight. The doctor says he's healthy. He's a perfectly normal, healthy child. I'm not sure why Trey weighs so much. I really don't know why.
Okay, were you listening to everything you said there? What do you think about that?
I got some major issues. I'm just a people pleaser. And that's why he looks like that.
Mm-hmm. You said on that tape, you said it's just easier to give in than to hear him cry.
Yep. I'd rather him just have it than to hear him cry.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying you know this is the same as giving this child poison.
Right.
But if it keeps you from being emotionally uncomfortable, to hell with him, keep yourself safe, keep yourself comfortable. It's unpleasant to hear, so you go first, he goes last.
Yep.
What kind of mothering theory is that?
It
and
makes
what
no sense.
where are you while this is going on? She is sabotaging your son's health, well-being, and future. Where are you?
Well, we fight over it all the time. I always tell him no. I tell him, I don't care if you cry. I said, you know, you need to quit crying. You need to grow up and quit acting like you're 3.
Okay, well, what are you doing while she's in there sabotaging him?
I try. It causes problems between me and her. We fight, and I get tired of fighting with her, so I just say, okay, fine. I give up.
She said, it's just easier to give it to him because I don't want to hear him cry.
What?
And you said, we just fight about it and I get tired, so fine. Just go ahead and destroy his life.
I get tired of fighting with her about it. It's not,
so you quit making an issue of it.
Yeah, yeah. And with him, it's not that we don't care about him. We do care about him, but it's the way he throws a fit and the way he cries. He's going to cry until he gets his way. He knows. He knows which buttons to push.
Okay, please point out for me, if you would, what parts of this story as it's unfolded are indicative of the fact that you care more about him than yourself?
I don't know. I'm not the doctor. I can't say.
I'm just saying I missed the parts about where you are fiduciaries for this child and put his interest above your own.
Well, no, at the time that it's happening, you don't think about it that way. Now that you mention it, yeah, it looks like that. But at the time when he's throwing a fit and you're like, okay, fine, here, go ahead, have it, you're not thinking about the, you know.
Consequences.
I don't think about it that way. Now that you mention it, yeah, it looks like that. But at the time when he's throwing a fit and you're like, okay, fine, here, go ahead, have it, you're not thinking about the, you know. the consequences of it.
Well, so until you came here and until you met me, it never occurred to you that you are sabotaging this young man's life and health?
Well,
like I said, I think I'm pretty good, but...
Yeah, but I mean, you don't look at it
would've-
as sabotaging. I mean, you don't realize it until you see him step on a scale. And it's not like we weigh our kid every single day.
Okay, so he's 126, and normal would be like 55. So did it occur to you when he stepped on the scales it was 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100? Nowhere along there did it go, whoa, we owe this boy better than this.
Yeah, but by that time it was like, what do we do to stop it? How do we stop it? You know, how do we control him? Because there's a lot of times where he doesn't always come to us and ask us for food. He goes and gets it himself. You know, I mean, any 7-year-old kid can open a refrigerator.
Are you serious?
And if you're in the other room and you're doing something else and he goes to the refrigerator and gets something and you don't see him, what are you supposed to do about it?
Okay, let me answer that question.
Okay.
Who makes the money in this family? The parents do? Who buys the food?
The parents.
The parents do.
Yeah.
Who brings the food home? The parents do.
Mm-hmm.
Who puts it in the refrigerator? The parents do. So he can't eat what isn't there. Mm-hmm. Right? So you say, well, sometimes he just goes and gets it without us even knowing it. Now, if he wanted to go in there and just OD on carrots, it'd be all right. But that's not what happens, is it?
That's true. No. That's true.
I mean, come on. I wrote it down. I made a list. I checked it twice on Wednesday. 2 bowls of Frosted Flakes, 6 chicken nuggets, large fries, fried pork chops, 3 packs of Cheez-Its, 4 diet sodas and a milk, handful of grapes. Thursday, Frosted Flakes, macaroni and cheese, fruit, chocolate milk, pizza, diet sodas. Friday, cinnamon melts, sausage muffin, hash browns, Cheetos, 20 kid meals a month with burger, fried fish sandwich, 49 sodas a week. When you see it in black and white, it's pretty ghastly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty disturbing, yes.
Because, listen, he doesn't have a weight problem. He has a parent problem. He doesn't have a weight problem, he has a parent problem. And for you to say, I'd rather do what makes me feel good than what makes him healthy, that's very selfish, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It is, and I admit it. It is.
All right. Next, we're going to find out where Tammy works and what she brings home every day for her son to eat. We'll be right back. Tammy says she doesn't really know what's causing her son's weight problem. She doesn't know what's causing her son's weight problem. But her husband says, well, that's not true. It's all her fault, and she knows it. Take a look.
Did your mom have a fry? Thanks, bub.
My wife is the manager of a fast food restaurant.
I bring fast food home every night to feed Trey for dinner. I bring home kids' meal along with a fish sandwich. Trey will eat both of them.
He likes chicken nuggets. He would eat them all day, every day.
If I brought home 4 meals of chicken nuggets, Trey would eat them. Here you go, bub. Put it on the table so you don't spill it.
My wife started my son on soda.
Trey started drinking soda when he was 2 years old when I put it in a sippy cup. He's still drinking it at the age of 7. Trey drinks up to 7 cans a day, every day.
I've always tried to put a screeching halt to it, but it never works.
We can be at the grocery store. I'll say, I'm gonna get Trey a 6-pack of soda. My husband will say, did we not already discuss this? Trey is no longer having soda pop.
I'm trying to put my foot down and say no, and she says,
Trey has not had it in a while. Let's just do it this one time. We argue, and I get it for Trey anyways.
it's hard to stop it, so yes, it does frustrate me.
I don't want Trey to be the fat kid in school. He'll say, Mom, the kids don't like me because I'm fat. When he tells me that literally just breaks my heart. I am willing to do anything to get Trey on track. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, I'm here with parents, Destry, the father, Tammy, the mother. You said you're willing to do anything.
Anything.
What's that mean?
I will do anything. I will walk with him I will stop all what I'm doing.
Will you lose weight yourself? Will you change your lifestyle, your pattern? What about when he cries?
Then we'll go somewhere. We'll go for a walk.
Let me tell you, you've taught this kid to be completely hedonistic. You know, kids are interesting. They want what they want when they want it, and they want it right now. It's immediate gratification. There's no delayed gratification for kids. I mean, that's the reason they have adults in their lives. Because, see, you're the ones that are supposed to provide the maturity which recognizes that choices you make in the moment can have consequences that last forever. So you work at a place that has healthy food choices that you could bring home, but you bring home the unhealthy one. Because why? Because that's what he wants?
Yep.
In his 7-year mentality, that's what he wants.
Right.
Because he's addicted to fats and sugars and carbs, and so that's what he wants. And if he doesn't get it, he throws a fit, right? And so you cave. And you cave.
Well, yeah, I mean, she brings...
you do.
I do cave, but she brings it home a lot
not just me,
when
you
I'm
cave.
at home.
He's 7-year-old, weighs 126.
I know.
You cave.
Yes, I do.
Yep.
Yes, I do.
Just admit it.
Yes, I do.
You cave, because if you didn't, this wouldn't be happening.
Nope.
It wouldn't be happening.
No.
Here's what 7-year-old Trey has to say about his weight.
I like pizza, donuts, pie, chicken nuggets. I like food because it tastes good. If I don't get the food I like, I get mad. I cry. If I could change, I would change my weight. Kids at school call me chubby. That makes me sad because it's not nice. I wish I was skinny instead of fat.
Slow down. Slow down.
If I was skinny, I could run without getting out of breath.
What do you think about what he says?
It's heartbreaking. I never knew.
You never knew what?
That he felt like that.
Is there any other way to feel? He says he's out of breath. He's teased. Look, eating patterns, habits are learned.
Yeah.
They're learned. And anything that's learned can be unlearned. But what it takes is, it takes maturity on y'all's part. It takes the two of you being a unified front. It takes you being good role models. You need to get yourself in shape. Wouldn't that be nice?
I agree, yeah.
Get yourself in shape, which means you got to change what you eat. You got to break a sweat. You got to start doing some things to get yourself under control.
Right. Yeah.
And to do that, the two of you have to be completely unified here. Next, one expert tells Tammy that if she wants her son to lose weight, she needs to do something first. Plus, a mother who says her son is so overweight, she has to tie his shoes because he cannot reach them.
Christina has a 4-year-old son who weighs 155 pounds.
As a single mother, I give in because I'm afraid to tell him no all the time.
I think there are a number of things that are contributing to that boy's weight, and I truly believe that you control most, if not all of them.
There are medical issues with my child, and yes, I gave him a damn cookie, okay?
No, not okay.
I lost 87 pounds.
Let's say hello to Joshua, shall we?
Yeah.
What do you say, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? All right, well, listen, we're really proud of you taking good care of yourself. All right, I showed you that from a prior guest to show you that it can be done.
Right.
He was 4 years old, 155 pounds. He lost 87 pounds.
Wow.
And he had to lose his mother to do it.
Yeah.
He had to leave her and go be with his father.
Right.
And he got his life back. From that to what you saw walk out on this stage and run up and down those stairs.
Wow.
It can be done. Dr. Golia is the founder of G Systems Concepts, the premier nutrition and fitness clinic in Los Angeles, and has been a registered nutritionist for over 20 years. Doctor, I need help. What do you say to these parents here?
You're trying to please your son, but you don't want to deal with the aftermath of it. Yet he's consuming, in that kid meal you bring home, over 900 calories of fat and sugar.
900 calories of fat and sugar. You couldn't be sabotaging him anymore if you snuck in his room at night and set up an IV and pumped him full of toxins. That's how much you're sabotaging him, true?
True. And the calorie range shifts so much on a daily basis that the foods that you're choosing for him have made him chemically dependent upon those foods, which create a behavior pattern. Foods create behavior.
Right.
I can feed sugars to you all day long and watch you just lose your mind. I could feed you healthy fats, proteins, and carbohydrates in the right caloric amount and watch you manage your behaviors. But you're not helping your son manage his behaviors.
Now, this is going to get worse before it gets better, right? When they withdraw these foods to which he is addicted, he is going to show a frustration effect, and he's going to test their mettle.
Oh, it's a volcano waiting to erupt.
You're going to need to get some help with your backbone here, and you're going to have to change the way you define success in parenting. Right. He's 8 years old. He's 126 pounds. Come on. You're doing this because it makes you feel good in the time, in the moment. You're going to have to get some help with that. In the meantime, you need to take care of all the nutrition in this house. You need to butt out, and you need to be in charge of what this child eats. Because you will tell him no, will you not?
Yes, I will.
And you almost had a stroke when I said that.
Yeah. He doesn't shop.
Well, I'm going to ask Dr. Golia to help you guys by giving you the regimen that you need for what you need to be buying and what this boy needs to be eating. And you will tell him no, and you need to butt out.
Yeah. I will.
No, I'm serious.
If we could replace the bad snacks with healthier choices like apples and fruit roll-ups, if we could have 3 main meals a day and 2 additional snacks to support his energy levels. And I read that you were feeding him diet sodas or letting him drink diet sodas, and that they were diet. But diet creates all these horrible metabolic syndromes, like plurimetabolic syndrome, syndrome X, insulin sensitivities, that will bite him in the future. And actually, it's the very near future. He'll develop these adult diseases like adult onset diabetes at a juvenile age. So they have to be managed now.
We're going to track this on drphil.com. We're going to have you set up for them what they need to eat.
Absolutely.
Then we're going to track it on drphil.com. We're going to weigh this boy, and we're going to keep a log. And I want him to walk out on this stage just like that other young man did. And be proud. Dr. Golia has been working closely with another family that appeared on our show just last season. He has a very positive update to share with us about Jerry, his wife Tori, and their 6-year-old daughter Patience.
Dear Dr. Phil, when we were on the show, we were at a loss with our daughter Patience's weight problems. At 5 years old, she nearly weighed 100 pounds.
That something is happening that tells you when you're full. That message is not being received by her.
We took your advice to have her insulin levels checked out, which if left untreated could have led to full-blown diabetes. We also followed Dr. Golia's healthy diet and regular exercise recommendations. Today, Patience is a new person. She has lost 26 pounds.
Ta-da! Look at me now.
And now she is able to wear kids' clothes. My husband Jerry and I also took your advice. I've lost almost 50 pounds.
I've gone from 300 pounds to 171 pounds. I've lost a whopping 129 pounds. As a family, we have lost almost 200 pounds. All of us look and feel so much healthier. Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
So, good work.
Thank you.
Good work. And those are 2 stories that tell you that you guys can get this under control. Are you willing to do the work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're going to track it and see. Next, he's only 8 years old and already weighs over 200 pounds. Find out why his mom says he'll eat anything, including raw meat.
I'm always hungry all the time.
The doctors told me that I was killing my son. I've tried portion control. I'll fix Gage a plate with the smaller portions. He screams it's not enough food. Stop! I don't know what to do. My son Gage is 8 years old and weighs 206 pounds. And Gage just can't stop eating. He wants to eat all the time. Before Gage is finished eating lunch, Gage is already wanting to know what we're having for supper. He never, ever feels that full feeling, ever.
I like to eat pizza, corn on the cob, chicken nuggets, french fries.
Raw bacon. I've caught him trying to eat frozen chicken patties, hot dogs, and he'll eat whatever he can get his hands on.
I'm always hungry all the time.
When I try to stop Gage from eating, he gets really, really angry.
Stop!
He stomps his feet, he slams the doors. He yells, he hates me. He's out of control.
Leave me alone!
I've tried everything that I know to try to get his weight under control. Well, I've changed his diet. I was cooking a lot of fried foods. I started using a lot of chicken breast. I've tried portion control. I'll fix Gage a plate with the smaller portions. He screams it's not enough food.
Little.
He's hard to get to exercise. I can hardly ever get him outside. He has trouble walking, running. He gets short of breath very easily. Last year, Gage put on over 50 pounds. I took him to the children's hospital. He was a borderline diabetic. The doctors told me that I was killing my son. I don't know what to do. I've been to 4, 5, 6 different doctors. They all blame me because I'm overfeeding him and letting him overeat. I'm scared I'm going to lose him. What scares me most about Gage's weight is that he's going to die.
Okay, I want to start out by talking about what we can agree on, because I got a feeling there's going to be some things we disagree on, but I want to talk about what we can agree on. Can we agree that he is way overweight?
Absolutely.
Can we agree that that's unhealthy?
Absolutely.
Can we agree that it's unhealthy mentally, emotionally, socially, and physically?
Absolutely.
When I say socially, you know that he is going to be subject to taunting, criticism, bullying, exclusion from activities, problems with dating. I mean, there's going to be all kinds of issues and situations. So we agree on all of that.
Absolutely.
And we agree, when I say physically, why do you agree physically?
It's hard on his heart, his muscles, his joints. Is that what?
Well, it is, but it also makes
him.
It also makes him at risk for some diseases that you don't normally see in children. There are diseases that we don't have the onset until they're adults. Different types of diabetes and essential hypertension, rheumatoid arthritis. I could go through a long list, but there are a number of diseases that you don't see until you get into adulthood that will show up in children that are as obese as he is. So he is actually making himself sick. You say you tell him no, but you give in?
I do.
Okay, and you give in because you don't want to hurt him emotionally.
I'm afraid I'm hurting him emotionally and mentally worse than the food is, maybe physically.
Okay. Lisa says one of the reasons that her son is so overweight is that she can't control how much he eats. Take a look.
Gage eats huge portions for a little boy.
I really like to eat food.
He eats more than a grown man. He eats more than William and I both together.
He goes back for seconds and thirds a lot.
The doctors, they recommended that I don't feed him. We'll give him his portion, so that's all he gets.
Leave me alone!
They don't see the fits, the hurt, the crying, the being upset because he's hungry.
I get mad when she doesn't give me food. If I eat like 10 chicken nuggets, Gage would usually eat like 20 or 23 or 4.
Sometimes we're at the table and his brother William doesn't eat all of his meal.
After he gets done with his, he keeps asking me for mine. If I don't give it to him, he gets really mad.
When I still have food on my plate, he'll go ahead and eat it.
Well, Lisa says one of her biggest problems is that she lacks the ability to control how much food Gage is eating. Well, I thought we should just see how much he does eat. Step down here with me. Now, you don't have a huge problem with portion control for yourself, right? No. And we put together what you tell us you're likely to eat in a normal meal if this is what you were having. And I wouldn't particularly choose these particular foods, but this is what you have. There's a piece of chicken, a couple of ribs, and some corn.
Kind of Southern.
Kind of Southern. I feel right at home. And then you have William. He'll eat something very similar, right?
Right.
So this is what you'll present. But when we get to Gage, it's very different. This is what you put out for Gage, right?
Not exactly maybe what I set out for him to begin with. Sometimes, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
actually,
you're right. I mean,
yeah, if you want to...
There's more there. I mean, yes,
yeah,
it's on the table. It may not necessarily be on his plate just yet.
Well, this could actually... I thought I was actually...
that's what he ends up with before
pretty
the meal's
conservative
over.
in what is here, because actually what he does, if William doesn't eat his food, then Gage wants it, so he gets it and he piles it over here as well. And if he doesn't, then he gets mad.
Yes.
And yells at his brother.
Yes.
Right?
Him, yes.
So basically, he can wind up eating this or more. Yes. And when I say I think I've been pretty reasonable, I took one day a Saturday, and I took Saturday because you were home. Yes. And that means you could be there to discipline or guide this if you wanted to. And this is the list that you gave us of what he came up with: 2 large Slim Jims, a Mountain Dew, a large chocolate chip cookie, half a bagel, 2 bottled Starbucks Frappuccinos, a bag of chips, a large tube of Lay's potato chips, a Coke, and a half a can of Sierra Mist, bacon cheeseburger, chili cheese fries, Mountain Dew, 3 chicken strips, fries, milk. All of that, do you know what that added up to calorie-wise?
No, sir.
6,676 calories.
That was it. I'm not making excuses. We were not at home that day. I'm not making excuses. But
well, let's go to the day before.
Exactly. I mean, you're not...
I mean, if you want to play the math game with me...
I really don't.
Because I've got the other days here. You've got one at 5,567 calories, one at 3,771.
I get it.
I mean, come on.
I get it.
Do you really want to debate?
I get it. No, I don't. I get it.
Okay, I'm trying to diagnose the problem.
Okay.
The problem is here, we've got an 8-year-old boy running the show.
Yes.
And it's an 8-year-old boy that has addictions to toxic food substances.
Right.
And you're in over your head.
Yeah, absolutely.
And until you acknowledge that, we're not ever going to change this. You can't do this on your own. I can tell you all this, and you go, okay, gotcha. You can go home and do the same thing if something doesn't happen to change it.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't need your help.
Well, you're going to get it. So what would Gage look like at age 20 if he continues on this path? We're going to find out when we come back.
I'm afraid I'm hurting him worse mentally if I don't allow him to eat than what the food is hurting him physically.
Leave me alone!
I should already be able to fix this because I'm mom. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I don't know what to do.
Well, that was Lisa. Now, she is a single mom, and let me emphasize that. She's a single mom, and she's dealing with someone that is a food tyrant. Now, she wrote into the show because she fears for the life of her 207-pound, 8-year-old son. Now, Lisa says she's scared because the doctors have warned her that if Gage remains on his current course, he could weigh 600 pounds by the time he's 20. And I have no doubt that that's true. Now, I thought Lisa should see this. It is a model of what Gage would actually look like if he weighed 600 pounds. This is him now. And there he is at 600 pounds. Okay, what do you see when you look at that?
I see my son, but I also see how miserable he would be.
Because you know, at that point, so many avenues of his life are foreclosed to him. The world infrastructure is not built for a 600-pound individual. Cars are not built to accommodate 600-pound individuals. Seats in movies, chairs in restaurants, mass transit, airline seats, and his life expectancy would be dramatically shortened. You know that. Yes. His quality of life would be gone. His life expectancy would be diminished. So, Lisa, look, this is a call to arms. This is a call to action here. You have said, I wrote it down, I underlined it, it's in quotes, bold type. You have said, I end up letting him have snacks. I feel like letting him cry like that will hurt him emotionally. That may be the only exercise he's getting. Okay?
But he's already hurting emotionally because of what he goes through anyway.
Here's what's going to happen. Continue to do what you're doing, and this is where you're headed. You've got to decide, are you willing to make the sacrifice to give him a chance at a life?
Absolutely.
Well, you say absolutely, but you haven't been so far.
I don't know how.
You just need reinforcements. We've arrived. All right, I want to add certified nutritionist Dr. Phil Golia to this conversation. Dr. Golia, thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
Look, we got a problem here. What's going on?
Well, it appears that Gage is eating so many calories that it's over and above what he needs just to manage tissue repair for his muscle. So all that extra food is just going to fat. If he reduces calories too much too quickly, then it'll stimulate cravings, and then he'll act out and he'll want that food.
At this point, you say 2,450 calories would be what it would take to sustain someone of this body size and type.
Right, to hold, to maintain
what's
their
normal
muscle.
for an 8-year-old?
An 8-year-old is eating about 1,400 calories a day, maybe less.
Okay, so maybe 12 to 1,400 calories a day. You've got days that are approaching 7,000. You got many days that are 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 calories, which is why you put on 50 pounds last year. And when I say this puts his health at risk, it's true.
Absolutely. He's at risk now for hypertriglyceridemia, diabetes, adult onset stroke at a juvenile age.
Okay, but now here's her question, and let me represent you here. Her question is, this all makes good sense. This is all good logic. Understand it completely. Got it. No debate. You understand he's eating more than he can burn, that he's addicted to sugar, he's addicted to fats, these create cravings. There are times that I strongly suspect he is malnourished. He's eating too much of unhealthy things and not enough of healthy things, so there is some malnourishment. And that's bad for him, and it's going to be disastrous if it continues. You get that?
I can't get him to eat the vegetables.
Your question is, he won't comply.
Right.
If she says no, it's not just like he pouts. He screams, yells, he breaks things. He goes into a complete 207-pound tantrum. So what do you do with those cravings?
We're going to give him that food to eat, but we're also going to give him a template of foods he has to eat in order to get that other food. It's like the alphabet, nutritional alphabet. You can't get to D until you hit A, B, and C. So we're going to take one step at a time. He's addicted to those foods. So we're going to create bridge foods. So rather than soda, we'll use a flavored juice water and something healthier, a healthier choice. And then we'll move them into appropriate hydration. Rather than French fries, we'll create a bridge pattern there as well. And then slowly but surely, a little bit at a time, we'll see changes. But you have to be consistent.
Yeah, the point is you got to be consistent. And you're saying, all right, that's fine, but next Tuesday night when the tantrum starts and you boys aren't here.
That's what I'm thinking.
You got to call me on your cell phone.
What exactly is your plan at that point? And I'm going to tell Lisa exactly what that is when we come back.
I know kids make fun of Gage. I know it's going to be tough at school. I know he goes through a lot of torment because of his weight. I can only imagine. I was a fat kid, so I got a pretty good idea what they say. And I think he just doesn't admit that. It breaks my heart to know what he's going through. He shouldn't feel self-conscious. He shouldn't have to go through the teasing.
Now, certified nutritionist Dr. Phil Golia is also here. We're talking about what needs to be done, and you have no problem wrapping your mind around that.
No.
Your problem is how.
Right.
Okay, it's like, Dr. Phil, put some verbs in your sentences, because next Tuesday night, when you boys aren't around and the tantrum starts, all of this theory's great.
Right, because
but I'm a
like
single mother with a tyrant kid that will not stop until he gets what he wants.
True.
Okay. All right, look, here's the thing, and I'm using this as an analogy, not as a one-to-one reality, but you have to think about this as an addict, because he is addicted to some of these foods, and there's going to be a withdrawal period. These cravings are to the point that he is fixated on them, and it's going to be worse before it gets better. Now, there are two choices. One, we're going to get you some local help that's going to step up and support you in this, but you're either going to do this with him in the home, or you're going to have to take him out of the home for a period of time and put him somewhere that he is on a medically regimented diet.
I want him in the home.
And if that happens, he's going to be gone for a while. And I know you don't want to do that. So you're choosing to want to do this in the home.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, he is old enough to understand. And so we're going to have to explain to him some things. And Dr. Golia has agreed to help you here. And this isn't going to be a cold turkey all or nothing. We're going to do this in small steps, right?
Little bites.
Because he doesn't understand. I mean, there are certain parts of this he doesn't understand. But he has the capacity to learn. But we're going to get you some help with that. And one thing is for sure, if it's not there, he can't eat it. One thing he likes is he does like sports, right?
He does.
He likes basketball.
He's on a basketball
team. And we've
team.
got to get him exercising.
Yes.
And again, we've got to ease into that, right? There's just certain things that you can do. Now, my boys were big in basketball. I've coached basketball at the Y for 14 years straight. And there's a company who sells really high-end equipment called Superior Play Systems. And so we've arranged with them to give Gage a brand new Proformance Hoops Force 560 basketball hoop. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get it all set up for him. We're gonna start putting some positives in front of him where he can start working with this. We're gonna get him a trainer to work with him. Dr. Golia is going to work on the nutritional side of this. We're going to start getting him to own part of the solution to this, because he doesn't want to be as heavy as he is. He just likes the sensation of the food. And see, kids want what they want when they want it, and they want it right now. It's immediate gratification, and so that's the way it is. But we can work out some bridge programs for him where this won't be so painful, true?
Sure. It's going to have its moments,
right?
But absolutely, I see light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, and you got to get the environment, but I'm going to get you someone locally that's going to help you with this, somebody that you can call and help in the moment if he's in one of these tantrums.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. I want to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to certified nutritionist Dr. Phil Golia of G Systems Concepts. Now, he is going to work with both families to help Trey and Gage. Now, to learn the 10 warning signs that your child may be overweight, or if you need further information or resources on childhood obesity, you can go to drphil.com. Now, you think, well, I can just look at him and see if he's overweight. No, sometimes we don't see things in those that we're closest to. And there is a pattern here that we want you to look at. And 70% of overweight and obese children become overweight and obese adults. So you don't want to set them up for a lifetime of having to struggle with this. The time to make this fight is now. Thanks for being here. So long. Thanks a lot, Doctor. Appreciate it. Thanks, Doc. See y'all.
Memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last stop. I've always been naive. Call it.
You know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Every day and night, that's right. Ooh, you know we